Welcome into the In Off the Bench podcast. My name is Jim Cross. I'm joined as always by the amazing Ava Garza. Ava, how are we doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm excited to have another Florida person on. I think that's like a crazy turn of events for us.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. We went Vandy, Florida again. Like
I
some
know.
moves going on. I messaged Seth Dardar and I was like, "Bro, we got to do somebody LSU ASAP." He's like, "Who have y'all not done yet?" I was like, "I don't know. Find
That's a
some
good question.
manager, somebody, because it's too much going on with these other teams." But no, I love it. We're gonna get a new story. But before we do, we gotta plug the sponsors: Chinook Cedary, 8 flavors, mild to wild, less salt, no sandpaper tongue, the best seeds in the game. I promise you, they're in the Florida dugout. Jesus One Apparel, John 16:33, powering young men and women to be bold in their faith. And of course, Old Dominic Distillery in the heart of downtown Memphis. Aiden King, man, how we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, for the icebreaker tonight, it's been a few days now. We talked about it on Monday, but like, was the Super Bowl, like, did it solidify it was baseball time with it just not being a good game?
Yeah, it was all right. It was good defense, but I wish there was more points scored. But I'm glad the Seahawks won.
Yeah, I tell people all the time who've never been to the College World Series, I'm like, I get the Super Bowl's a big thing, football's king and everything. I was like, go to Omaha, come back to me and tell me you have a better time in a Super Bowl. Obviously, it's one game versus a whole week, but still, nonetheless, I don't know, man. It's just something about the College World Series is different, especially you get a team like Florida there. Always amazing talent. Hoping to see you guys make a run back there. But before we get into all things Florida, we got to get your story. So, Ava, take it away.
We got to know, where are you from?
I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
So we ask everyone, what's one thing that we absolutely have to do if we come visit you?
Man, Jax. There's quite a bit to do there. You can go to the beach or whatnot. But I live on the outskirts of Jacksonville. We moved out to Briceville, so like for me, it would be go out there and duck hunting and just deer hunt out there on the property.
And Ava, just so you know, Ava, we've never really talked about it, but I was stationed in Jacksonville for 3 years, so very familiar. Jack's Beach
Okay.
is a nice place to hang. At least it was back when I was there in 2006 to 2009.
Absolutely. So we talked about activities, but where's a place that we have to go eat at? Because me and Jim are all about the eats.
When I go back home, I always eat at this place called Strings, and it's downtown Jacksonville almost. It's insanely good. Their wings are probably the best. They hold conferences with the Jaguars all the time, Jumbo Shrimp. You name it. They hold a lot of news outlets there and just talk about sports nonstop.
So who was your favorite athlete growing up?
Um, I don't really know. I watched a lot of sports, but like I want to say growing up, it was actually Bryce Harper.
Nice.
Okay. So being from Jacksonville, was Florida always the top school for you?
Yeah, I grew up a huge Gator fan. My grandpa went here, my mom went here, and when I came out and was first born, I was immediately in Gator clothes. So it was always been in my heart to be a Gator, and to have the opportunity to play here has been a blessing.
So, Jim, we're gonna have to elaborate on this after because I'm reading this and I need to know what this is about. Have you ever attended the world's largest outdoor cocktail party? If so, does it match the hype?
I don't, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is? That's what they call the Florida Georgia game in Jacksonville. I figured.
Oh, is that what y'all saw? Nah, I actually haven't been to one of the games there. I've been to the baseball game that they hold on Friday night beforehand, but I've actually never been to the Florida Georgia game there.
Gotcha. So Ava, the nickname of it is that because obviously they don't play at home every year. They play neutral site. They play in Jacksonville, and it's a whole big
Okay.
deal. So I figured maybe him being from Jacksonville, being a Florida guy, maybe he's been. Now we got to get him there.
I've been to the RV lots. Like we actually stayed at the RV City one week or one year, and that was quite the scene. It was a lot of fun.
No, I really did. I like Jacksonville. When I was there, unfortunately, the Jaguars were absolutely terrible. So, like on the military base, they were just giving us tickets, like begging us to come. And then we'd go to I think they were the Shrimp was the baseball team that was there. So or no, the Suns was the Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we go check out some baseball there. But let's get into Florida, man. Last year, freshman, absolutely filthy, 7-2 record. Obviously, you started coming out of the bullpen, but then you would make it to starter, 79 Ks. I got to see you personally in Knoxville, as good as it gets. Freshman All-American team. The list goes on for your accolades for the season. How did you personally feel about your freshman season?
It was a roller coaster for sure. It's not what I expected it to be, especially like Florida being the powerhouse and us starting out 1-11 kind of threw us for a loop. But coming out of the bullpen was a lot of fun. You get in there with the game's online almost all the time, so you got to go there and give it your best shot all the time. And once Pierce got hurt, unfortunately, I took that starting role and just was like, this is a great opportunity for me. I can't take this lightly, and I got to find a way to put my team back into the playoff run. And once I got the role, I was like, let's take it for a ride. And essentially, that's what I did. Just go out there, did my best, let my defense play behind me, and just went out there with the mindset of like, you're gonna get on base, you're gonna have to beat me. If you beat me, hats off to you.
Absolutely. So when it comes to freshman season, whether we're talking about the bullpen, whether we're talking about starting, it's all about what you're able to take from it, grow, learn. So what would you say is the most important thing you learned from your freshman season?
I just not letting the emotion get to me. That I remember Mississippi State was probably the largest crowd I've faced. I think there's 11,000 people there. And so just going in there and knowing like if there's a lot of fans here, but you got to find a way to keep your emotions intact because everyone's watching you, whether it's at the stadium or if it's on TV. Like you can't let them know that you're either really excited or you're just frustrated at what's going on. You just got to keep a level head.
Yeah, and you brought up Mississippi State, which is interesting because my next question was, you got to pitch at some iconic places as a freshman: Mississippi State, Texas, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee. What was your favorite ballpark? For whether for one reason or another, what was your favorite place to go and pitch?
Probably Mississippi State or Texas. I mean, Mississippi State brings a unique environment. 11,000 people, like I said. It gets very loud. I actually had to turn my pitch comm up to probably the highest setting on there because I could not hear anything that was being said. Texas was nice as well. It was just an older stadium, unique. You kind of felt like everyone was on top of you when you were pitching. But yeah, I mean Mississippi State had it by a mile.
Yeah, and I mean, I hear things from pitchers all the time on these shows that the things that are good and bad, and you got games upcoming that Ava's going to talk to you about this upcoming season. But it's cool that you've gotten to pitch all the places you have, and then you're going to get the list. I think the only one that really you're not going to be able to check off of that we've had most pitchers say is hard is at Texas A&M. They say it can get pretty loud there. Obviously, got the ball five chant. But new year, a lot of expectations from this pitching staff. Liam talked about it. There's so many posts I see about you specifically. How do you avoid getting caught up in the hype and just staying grounded?
You just gotta remember that these are just posts that people are making. You can't take anything that they're saying with like it's actually true. I still have something to go improve, and just because I had all my success last year, that was everything I did last year, and this is a whole new year that I have to regain and just build on top of everything I've already done.
Yeah, no doubt. And so, like I said, Liam really elaborated on the pitching staff. So I want to ask you about some of the hitters. You get to face these guys. Man, what an awesome opportunity for them to get to go against some of you guys who are best of the best arms. Who are some hitters that stood out? I'm sure you could say the whole team, but, for me and Ava, who aren't as familiar with Florida, give us a couple guys that we should really look for.
Obviously Kate Curlin, he's been battling injuries and he's back and once he got back, I actually got to face him the first time he was back and took 98 right back up the middle. I mean, he shot it right back at me. 98 off the bat. Ethan Sharwick from Ole Miss, he's got a lot of pop and he's got great potential. I mean, he's hitting balls harder than I've ever seen. But I mean, there's a whole team. Cash Strayer, freshman, he's been putting a lot of He's been making a lot of noise this year. Same thing with Jacob Kendall, making a lot of noise. He's putting in the running to be a starter, as a lot of people are saying.
And
Obviously,
that's
we
good,
got
man. You don't have to go through all of them. I wanted to have some names that I could really look for because, like I said, I don't get to go down in Florida and watch the scrimmages and exhibitions like I do around here, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, LSU. So not as familiar with the guys. So I wanted to know a few to look for.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole list. I mean, our starting nine is going to be extremely legit. You got Brennan Lawson, who's got the big power bat and the freshman and everything that he did last year, and he's looked really good all fall. Just barreling everybody up. He's probably a name to really watch out for this year. And then, man, I mean, there's so many guys that hit on this team now.
Like you can tell, he wants to say them all, Ava. He's trying to
He's
make
like
sure he doesn't
really
leave
trying to
anybody out.
consolidate it right now, fighting. So let's talk uniforms. We talked about it a little bit with Liam. Florida has some really good options. I think me and Jim established that. So what's your favorite uniform?
Probably I pitched in the blue jersey, so probably the blue jersey, but I actually really like the gray pinstripes. I think they're really clean.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
the Florida uniforms, the kit as a whole, is very clean. It's kind of funny, I made the comment about disliking Florida, but if there's anything I can say, but I've never disliked their colors. Like
Their
I
colors are
love the blue and
cool.
orange.
Yeah, I mean, all the uniforms are great. I mean, even the all whites with the cursive that we've had for a couple of years now look really clean.
I will say I like his answer, Ava. I will say our last guest, the Vandy. I don't know if you saw my post I put together. I put the images. I think he got that wrong, way wrong. So many good ones. He went with I get it. It was like traditional.
I get it. But I did the same thing. I looked and I was like, man, I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm kind of like judgmental on the uniform situation though. I'm not gonna lie. It's
Like
like the
obviously
first thing that I look
your next
at.
question you're fixing to ask them, we judge, and then we obviously judge uniform. It's all about the
Yeah.
music and what you're wearing, right? Like
Like the first question uniforms is like I'm judgmental, but come on, like walk-up songs, I'm like here because my team let me down bad. So talk to us. What is it? What's your walk-up song this year and why?
Mine is Black Betty by Ram Jam. It was the same one as last year. Honestly, I was gonna do a Kanye song, but this stuff happened last year, and they're like, "No, we can't do that." So me and Luke McNeely were like, "Okay." It was down to It was down to. Damn, what is my walk-up song right now? Oh, Black Betty, and then I forget what the other one was, but it was like, all right, we're just gonna leave it up for Orlando to choose, and whoever gets it gets it. And so I got Black Betty.
no,
We
that's
like
a
to hear
fiery
it.
one. I like that one, Ava.
No, I agree. Well, Jim likes the songs for LSU. I'm TBD
Well, no,
on
I
that
didn't say I
one.
liked them all, but I mean, what's funny is the one that you like with Jake Brown repeating. It was the one that you liked. I thought it was. I don't know.
I just like
I get winning a championship, but I feel like it's a new season, new songs.
I also appreciate that Monster kept heads will roll. Like I personally appreciate that a lot. We needed the switch up after last season. But you're pitching at LSU and at Arkansas, both regarded as some of the most difficult ballparks. Which one do you look forward to pitching in more?
I've heard LSU is the atmosphere to pitch at, but I've also heard the same thing about Arkansas.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough. I mean, it's you can't go wrong at either place to pitch at. I would probably say LSU, just because of the fact that like they're the number one team right now, and I would love to knock them off when we go there. So I would say LSU.
Yeah, that's going to be the last series of the season. So it'll be interesting. Obviously, you know how the SEC is a gauntlet, and those games are probably going to be so meaningful. So it'll be interesting to see the. I've been to Arkansas one time. It was one time too many, man, because I went and watched them play LSU. They have no mercy there for sure. They lived up to the billing. So it'll be interesting for you on both of them, but definitely didn't leave it easy for you this season.
Yeah, no. I mean, every year is just a challenge with us for the schedule. And Sully, that's how Sully is. We're going to play the best nonstop.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, like I said, I've heard nothing but the best from people I regard their opinion well. Obviously, Liam came on here. You talked about it. I like the way the schedule rounds up. We talk about those 2 away series, but you got a lot of good ones at home. So feel really good about what y'all got this year. But before we cut you loose, man, we play a game with every guest. It's a different game, different times. But Ava, the reason I picked this one is he said, he's got something to prove, and I agree with that. But if you look ahead to the 2027 draft projections, they have him as a top 10 pick. With that, we've had 5 pitchers come on this show that have been top 10 picks in our 6 years. So I'm going to give them to you, Aidan, and you're going to blind rank them. You don't know who they are or what order they're coming in, but you're going to blind rank the 5 guys and where you think they belong. You down to play?
Yeah, I've heard of this one before.
All right, so right off the top, 1 through 5, 1 being the best. Hagen Smith from Arkansas in the White Sox organization. Where are you putting him?
I'd put him at the 2 spot, just for like safekeepings.
All right, Chase Dolander, formerly of Tennessee with the Rockies.
He's been shaky. I think that's probably a safe 3.
All right, Cade Anderson. Careful, Ava's LSU. Don't upset her. No, I'm just kidding.
He had a good season last year. I'll put man, this is where the game gets hard. Oh man. I would put him at 3 or 2, and I'd put him at 4 here.
All right. Chase Burns.
He's 5. Yeah.
Oh, he played it well. The last one is Paul Skeens. I was really thinking he was going to take that 1 spot with Cade Anderson. I was seeing it happening.
I was thinking about it. I was like, there's got to be someone just better than him.
Yeah, no, obviously an elite list. That's why I brought it up with you. Hopefully everything projects out, lays out the same way. And you're another guy that we could talk about be on that list. But man, this season, obviously, I wish you nothing but the best of luck. Even against LSU, Ava, you're gonna be there. Like, what are we doing?
I am.
Like, are you booing them? Are you rooting for them? What are we doing?
We talked about this. I'm not gonna boo. Internally, I really might be cheering for. I will be cheering for Aidan and Liam specifically, but will I be popping out cheering for Florida as a whole? Absolutely not. but I will be cheering for Aidan and Liam. So
yeah, but we'll see if she stays true to it.
Yeah,
it's we'll big see. Talk on here.
I will. Don't worry. Maybe I might make a repost in baseball season whenever it rolls around and they're like, oh, at Alec Box, and I might smash that repost button, if I'm really feeling it.
All right, we'll hold it to you then.
Well, Aidan, is there anything that you want to plug or promote before we close this thing out?
Just go Gators.
Well, that's Aidan King, everyone. We want to thank you for joining us. If you like hearing his story or you just like hearing us average Joes, and as DB likes to say, Jills talk X's and O's, please like and share on Facebook, retweet us on Twitter, watch and subscribe on YouTube, head on over to Instagram, give us a follow. Until the next time, strong bodies, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We are out.